If you saw a speedrun of Resident Evil 4, you know how optimized the run is, and how many glitches and small details we know about the game. But finding a brand new glitch 21 years after the game's release is honestly pretty insane. And it's all thanks to the speedrunning and glitch hunting community. This glitch allows the players to skip the fights in the Knight's room, and here's a quick preview of it. We normally go through the 2 Knight QTEs, and then we enter the room and take the grail. And that results in the door closing, and we get 2 waves of Knights that we have to kill for the door to open again, and then we can leave. But for this glitch, we use a fire grenade to interrupt the 2nd Knight QTE, then we can enter the room at a specific angle, and when we try to take the grail, nothing really happens. But then we leave the room, and we open and close the inventory, and all of a sudden, we get the prompt to take the King's Grail when we're already outside of the room. And we can take the grail, and we get the cutscene of the door closing and the Knight spawning, but we're already outside, and we can just leave. Of course, there's a lot of things that need to happen for this to work properly. So here's how the glitch was found, and how it works, and how it was refined to work consistently. It actually started on a video someone posted on 2019. He threw away an incendiary grenade at the Knight with the QTE, and he got close and the fire interrupted the QTE. And he got iframes from that. And the interesting thing is, after he did this, he kept throwing more incendiary grenades and they weren't exploding at all. And the game was behaving really weird. And as soon as he opened and closed his inventory, they all exploded at once. And now they were working normally. But that's all what was found on this glitch at the time. And this guy wasn't a speedrunner, so this didn't develop any further at the time. Especially that in the video, he was playing the old 2007 port of the game, which is a really weird version of the game, and the guy was clearly using some other mods on top of it, because the graphics look different, and we can see that the grenades are stacked together, so he was also using a mod for that, and the glitch could have been caused by the mod. So fast forward to 2026, where a few people were documenting the known RE4 glitches, and someone named Candice saw this video and decided to see if it was real. And he tried it and it worked. But it didn't stop there. He noticed that when you do the glitch, the game behaves really weird. For example, you can't pause the game at all. And I mean the pause menu, not the inventory. And like shown in the video, grenades and flashes won't take effect until the glitch is disabled. And he found 3 ways to disable the glitch: opening and closing the inventory, opening and closing the map, or picking up an item. But one of the stranger things that happen while the game is still in the glitch state is that it kind of despawns the items in the room, but you can still see the take button. And pressing it doesn't do much. But the weird thing is, after attempting to take the grail in here, if you disable the glitch by opening and closing the inventory, you get a text prompt to take the grail, no matter where you are in the room. So you could just press the take button and walk out of this door and disable the glitch, and he would get the grail while being outside of the room, avoiding the fight completely. And this was pretty consistent. But there was only one problem. This was consistent on 30 FPS. On 60, it rarely works, because there are a lot of things that change based on what FPS you're playing the game on. So now 2 more people started experimenting with this glitch. The first one is Carpenter, a speedrunner and a challenge runner of the game. And the second one is Saucon, one of the top runners of the game. And Saucon found a pretty consistent setup for 60 FPS, using a trainer tool made by runners. We can see that there are 2 boxes at the door, where if you go near them, the glitch didn't seem to work. So using a rocket launcher, he positioned himself near the door and he shoots on the ground. And he gets blown back through the door, kinda like another speedrun strat for the Boulder QTE in New Game Plus. And the glitch seemed to work consistently this way, so he shared this on a video. But it's still problematic, because you need a whole rocket launcher to do this glitch. And while this can still be helpful on New Game Plus speedruns, because you have the infinite rocket launcher there, or on challenge runs, because now we can officially remove 6 kills from the pacifist run Dante did. But on new game runs, you're gonna lose a lot of time, because you have to get an extra 30k pesetas to buy a rocket launcher, and since we usually take the money drops from the second wave of the Knights, we miss out on 19.5k pesetas. And the time we need to make that money would make the glitch not worth it. But after this video, more people joined the hunt to find a better way to do this glitch consistently, and within a few days, they started finding better strats. And a strat that appeared to be consistent was found by Rezi and Abdu. And basically you do the first part the same. You do the first QTE, then use the incendiary glitch on the second one, and then you have to switch to a flash before running to the QTE. Now you line up near this line in here, and then turn to the left, and then you press the back and left buttons, and quick turn aggressively towards the room. And this should work pretty consistently. This was a huge milestone, because now we have a way to do this glitch on 60 FPS without the rocket launcher. And even though we miss out on the 19.5k we usually get from the Knights, it's easier to get compared to the almost 50k we needed before, and it would be faster to do this skip instead. But there was still one problem. When I say quick turn aggressively, I don't mean this quick turn where you press the back and run buttons. I mean turning the camera very quickly to the left and pressing the aim button so Leon turns instantly. This is why you needed to equip the flash, because if you don't have anything equipped, you can't turn this way. And while this was doable on mouse and keyboard, it wasn't doable on a controller. And you can usually quick turn using a controller, but you can't do it as far or as fast as you can do it on mouse and keyboard. So yet another strat was developed by Derek, another top runner of the game, using a normal quick turn, or a 180 as it's known in the speedrunning community. And it was later refined by Carpenter. And he found out that the lineup we've been doing near this line doesn't matter, and you just have to be near the door and facing the wall in here, and back away slightly until you see the camera move. Then you can just do a normal 180 and run for the grail and it should work.
Like that camera change is just conveniently a really good cue.
And while this seemed consistent at first, it turned out to be not 100% consistent, and that led Carpenter to investigate the glitch much further, and within a few days, he found out exactly why it was failing and what causes the glitch to work or not. When you go through these orange boxes, you can see them turn white, and that means you are triggering them, and when you move away, they go back to being orange. And the whole problem is with the amount of frames these boxes stay triggered for. He noticed that whenever you get 11 active frames or less across both boxes, the glitch will work 100% of the time. However, if you get 12 or more, it will not work at all. And the controller setup we just talked about isn't consistent, because there are a few meme positions where if you do it, you'd end up having 12 active frames and thus the glitch won't work. And this also explains why on 30 FPS you can just run past these without doing any setup. Because on 30 FPS you got half the active frames, and that would be around 5 or 6 frames, so it will work 100% of the time. He also found an easier way to do the skip with the mouse and keyboard, because it's not easy to do this aggressive quick turn with the mouse. And to do it, you just get near the door with an angle, kind of facing the head of the lion in here, and back away slightly until you see the camera change. Now you can just pivot the camera to the right, aim and run, and it should work every time. So if you're on PC and you play with a controller, you should probably switch to mouse and keyboard for this part, at least if you want to do it consistently. You can still do it with the 180 strat, but like I said, you can get memed, and on a speedrun you can't afford that. But if you're on a challenge or just playing casually, you can just retry if you don't get it. And so far, we have yet to test the console 60 FPS, and the 180 strat could be consistent in there, because usually the console runs slightly below 60 FPS, and I mean like 59.9 or something like that. But it could make a difference, because some strats work on the Steam 60 FPS, but not on the console 60 FPS. But hopefully we'll find out soon, and maybe you can even find a consistent strat for the controller. So to recap everything we learned, you can use a fire grenade to interrupt the QTE on this night, and for the best results, you should only have one fire grenade, because if you have more than one, Leon would do this reload animation, which stops you for a longer time before you can move again, so the fire could go off before you do the QTE. So after you throw the fire grenade and do the QTE, if you're on 30 FPS, you just run to the grail, press the take button, and just run out and open and close the inventory, and it should work every time. But if you're on 60, you just go near this door and face the lion statue in here, and walk back slowly until you see the camera change. And when it does, you can just pivot the camera to the right, aim and run to the grail. Then you just press the take button and walk out, and open and close the inventory to disable the glitch, and get the grail and then leave. And that's it. And a side note, if you press the take button multiple times in here, you'll get the prompt to take it multiple times too, and you can just say no to them. But if you take it and then say yes again, the game will just go to a black screen and it will freeze. And so far, the GameCube version is the only one that this glitch doesn't work on. And we have tested the Steam 30 and 60 FPS, along with the PS3, the Wii, and the Xbox 360. And it should work on all the remaining versions, but by the time I'm making this video, we still haven't confirmed the rest of the consoles. So if you want to try it, feel free to do so, and maybe you can even post it in the Glitch Hunt Discord. Because since Saucon uploaded his video, the strats were changing very quickly, and a lot of people helped refine it. From the guy who first discovered it in 2019, to many more runners, all working together to understand it better, and sharing their attempts and ideas. And it's really fascinating to see we're still finding new things on a 21-year-old game, and it's all thanks to the community who gathered all their efforts and knowledge together to find better and faster ways to play their favorite games. So huge thanks to everyone who helped finding this glitch. And for more details, you'll find the links for the videos and the channels of everyone I mentioned down in the description box below, along with the Glitch Hunt Discord server, because they are working on some other glitches apart from this one. Although this one evolves pretty quickly. But who knows what we'll discover next. And you can hit that like button if you enjoyed, and you can check out this video where I explain the major skip differences between 30 and 60 FPS. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.